Hey, let me show you all how to do a oil change on a Palisade. So as I always do, let me just go on and call the dealership and show you how much an oil change is. Hopefully you can hear it. Put on speaker.
To serve you better, this call is being recorded for training, quality assurance,
You had the number, so y'all.
By us and/or our service providers.
Thank you for calling Clay Cooley Hyundai of Rockwall. If you know your party's extension, you may enter it at any time. Please press 1 for sales, 2 for service, and 3 for parts. And if you would like to speak to the operator.
Thanks for calling Clay Cooley Hyundai Service. Alexis, how can I help you?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'd like to know how much it is for an oil change for a 21 Palisade.
It'd be $99 before tax.
Okay, and that's with synthetic oil and everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Bye-bye.
All right, as you can see, they said they was going to charge you $99 plus tax. All right, so to do this oil change, what I did was, of course, it takes 7 quarts, well, 6.9 quarts. So what I did was I bought 2 of these and 2 5-gallon quarts. And so the next time I do an oil change, all I got to do is just buy another 5-gallon quart. Here's the one that is somewhat empty. And then you're going to need a measuring cup. So this is basically what you're going to need. I got a drop cloth. The drop cloth is just for, how can I say this? Splash. I got my oil drain pan. I got some brake part cleaner. One of those cans is somewhat about to be empty. You're going to need some shop towels. I got a measuring cup, a quart measuring cup. You're going to need a funnel. I got my torque wrench to torque things down to spec. I got my ratchets. You're going to need a 10 millimeter socket. This is for the splash shield. You're going to need a 17 for the oil drain plug, and you're going to need a 27 millimeter. And I got a this was a 1/2 inch, so I had to put an adapter on here. And I got my Ryobi electric ratchet just for my laziness, so that way when I take the splash shield off, I don't have to be on here all day. And then this is the micro guard right here. It's a MSL 10033. Says it got 10,000 K. And then this also comes with crush washer and a new O-ring on here. As you can see, we're going to use that later. And then of course you get a garbage bag. And then I got these for my you'll see why I got this. Is this for the zip tie. And I got a magnetic bowl. You can get these at Walmart for like $5. And of course put some gloves on. I got this magnetic bowl, so when you put things in here, of course it's magnet. Now you don't want to do no Christmas story. They already lost one bolt. So I forgot to take one bolt off at the time, so I could go back to the parts store and get another one. So just so you know how I got it set up, I got my Palisade on some ramps, and then of course I got it halfway in the garage. And then of course you want to put some chucks on the back wheel. Even though the parking brake is still on, you still want that extra security. So let me go around the front and show you how to do this from the start. Of course, you open this, then you go right here, pop the hood. Hood popped. Close the door, and you could barely. Oh, and I got one of these too. You don't need it though, but all right, right up in here, you see right here, you push that over to the left and this should come right up. And as you can see, this is where my oil go. It tells you on the cap where it's supposed to go. Hold on one second, let me get my step stool because this is kind of high. Yeah, I got my step stool. So technically, this tells you right here what's on the cap. So let me just twist this off. Right here. Tells you right here. It is, yeah, let me just do it this way. Open. Let me open it up. It's 5 SAE 5W30, and then there's the dipstick. So basically, this is kind of hot. I had it running. Went to the parts store. So some people like to do it cold. Me personally, I like to do it hot. That way, this oil will drain out fast. You just got to be very, very careful. So I pull this out a little bit, and then I open this all the way for air, and I just set it like right there. Me personally, I don't take it all the way off like this. I just leave it like that. That way, the air could go through. It could drain faster. And that way nothing won't fall in there. Just an extra safety precaution. So, the step stool out the way. I know I'm not short. Let me get this all set up. Let me do it this way. That way you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully. So I'm not going to use my whatchamacallit thing. I'm just going to use this drop cloth. I'm going to set this under here, and of course, you know, you got condensation from the AC. That's normal. Make sure I got this right here, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. This is the splash shield right here. As you can see, you got 1, 2, 3. So let me put it like right there. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. So let me get my little cheater. You're gonna hear me grunting. That's old man stuff. Just getting everything in place so when I get started, I ain't got to go through all this again. So me personally, I'm going to use my Ryobi as a cheater. I'm going to be real with you. Let me put this in here now. When you first start these off or take them off or whatever, you don't want to use your, you don't want to put power onto it. But let me get, whoa, forgot my metal plate. See, that's how the Christmas story started. For those who saw the Christmas story, you know what I'm talking about with the little nuts. So I got my little metal plate. So we got 5 of these. They got some push pins in them too, but I took them out last time I did my oil change. All right, so that's one. And these got some washers on them. So when I put them in a thing, see how it's magnetic, it don't fall out. Make things just go a little bit faster. Alrighty. I'm gonna leave that one in, and I'm gonna go to this last one back here, because let me do this a little bit better, because I keep on moving that. Or you know what, no thing's gonna go right here, so I'll go like that. Better. Cut this bad boy off. Won't cut off. There we go. Then I got one more to go. I'm just gonna hold this flash shield so it won't fall. All right, so that should be good to go. Okay, I'm still holding on to it. And oh, there's one more right here. No, I wasn't going crazy. And this, I think, hold on. Don't mix this one up. This one is longer than the other ones. So I put this one, make sure I put that one in the middle. So like that. All right, so the splash shield come right down. And now they expose the wire. So the way I got it, as you can see, got it right, hold on. Right there, like that. All right. So as you can see, here is the oil thing, and let me just set this right here so you can see it. I'm gonna have to move this one further over this way, so hopefully you can see it. Put this bad boy right here. Boom. I'm going to remove this. Hold on, let me show you what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to remove this right here. So that way the oil can get in there. And then also too, you want to make sure that this is tightened, okay? So the oil is going to come splashing down, so you want to make sure oil gonna come splashing down, so you want to make sure that you know it's in there. And I, of course, I got this mat down just to make sure that you know it won't catch, you know, nothing. So that should be good right there. This is well, once again, 17. Well, let me get my wrench. I mean my ratchet, rather. And again, this is a 17, so should just better. Okay. Let me get. All right. So let me get me a glove on. All right. So as you twisting, you want to push. That's the best way to say it. Push in as you twisting this out. Okay. Oh, great. I gotta use more on here. All right. So you want to basically, you don't want to do this. I want to do this by hand. So I want to. All right, when you want to get it to the point, well, there we go. You do it by hand. So I'm pushing this, and also too, most important, let me show you this. This crush washer. Oops. This crush washer on here. Right here. Let me get a better focus. This crush washer, make sure that is on there, okay? Because you don't want to put two crush washers on there. When you reinstall a drain plug, it will start leaking on you. So as I'm pushing, now when I get right there, I just move. I got a little bit on my hand, and once again, as you can see, this stuff is coming out fast. All right, a little splatter, but no biggie. And then as it's coming out, you want to do that. Got a little bit on my hand, and I got a 2 for 2, y'all, because usually I didn't do anything, but watch this. That fell directly into there, so I'm good. I'm a pro. Well, I'm not a pro, but let me show you a better way of doing this, because what I did was I just did it fast and I didn't explain it. Let me show you again. Uh-oh. All right, so let me clean this up real quick. Let me show you what I was talking about. So that's just dripping, dripping, dripping. Now we're going to go, I'm going to do this one right here. This is the oil filter housing. Let me see if you can see that right here. Nope, that's blocking it. There we go, oil filter housing. I'm just gonna let this drip. I'm gonna move this over so that could still be dripping in there. And I'm just gonna let that constantly drip. That's just me. Move that. It's not gonna. Let me see if I wipe it. Oil is not that bad. All right, so it's gonna be dripping. So now let me just go on and deal with this oil filter housing. Let me get this, the 24, the big gun. I said 24, it's really 27, my fault. Alrighty. So let me get this on here, and same thing. Shouldn't be that tight on there. There we go. It's just my angle. Alright, so there you go. Now I can finish this by hand. And you want to do this slow as well too. You see how I'm just letting it drip? That's what you want as well too. You just want to, you don't want it to come out too fast. And then of course, I forgot to tell you, you want to make sure you have safety glasses on as well too. Just in case something splashes in your eyes, you don't want to get this stuff in your eyes. So let me just go on and, yeah, open it up more and more and more. And then when it goes like that, I just still hold it in there and then just pull it out, and then I just hold it upside down to get all the oil out as much as possible. Like that. Alright. So now that that's done, it's almost finished draining. Move this over a little bit. So let me show you some basic cleanup on this. Alright, so let me set up the camera on the other side. Let me show you this. Boom. Alrighty, let me set up some shop towels right here. I could do this on the oil thing, but I just rather do it on some shop towels. Or you could do this on a plastic bag, however you want to do. Just want to show you all this real quick. All right. Make sure that I got a good view. I guess my signal went out or something. I don't know. All right, so basically, let me get this set up. So, I'm gonna take this filter out right here, the old filter, and let me get my garbage bag ready too as well, because technically I could do this on top of my garbage bag. Open my garbage bag up. That way I ain't wasting so many shop towels. I could do it like this. Now I could do everything inside the garbage bag like that. So you can see. Alright, so basically what you want to do is you want to take out the old filter and just pop it out like this. It's going to come out real easy. And then just look at the orientation of it. As you can see, the numbers is on top. You can't really tell, but you can see it like that. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wipe this around. And then, as you can see, everything is on the inside. So what I like to do, take a little bit of, just wipe it on the inside like this, turn it around, then just clean as much of it as out as possible. Be careful not to, it's a piece of plastic on the inside. You don't want to break that out. So I'll clean that out as much as possible. All right. So I'm just using one finger like this and just going around the edges. That's all I'm doing. All right. Now, hold on 1 second, because I need a flathead screwdriver for this. I'm just going to use my pick, and right here, just remember, it's the, I don't know if you can see it, it's 1, 2, it's the third one. I'm going to lift this up and then just take that off right there. So it goes right here. All right. So let me just wipe off my threads. Now with the new one, is you have the new O-ring. You have to lubricate this, y'all. So this is how I lubricate it. I just get some new oil. I see a lot of people use the dirty oil. I don't do that. So basically, I'm getting some new oil right here. Open that up, and I'm just gonna dip my finger in there like that. That's some new oil, right? So what I'm gonna do, got some new oil. I'm just gonna take it, and I'm just gonna go like this. Lubricate this ring, so that way, when you take it off, you won't have no problem, or it won't seize. All right, so that's all new oil. It's nicely lubricated on here. And again, I'm gonna reinstall it where the old one was at. And that's on the third one. Please make sure it's on this one. It's kind of different from other vehicles. All right, and to be on the safe side, I usually dip my finger again and just go right back. So now this is ready for reinstallation. All right. Now let me go get the drain plug. Now this is on here. Now the crush washer. Let's see how easy this is to come off. Okay, it's not coming off real easy. There we go. Took a little pick. Oh, I'm sorry. Take my little pick, push it in there, and then just wiggle it off. It didn't come off when I with my fingers. I had to use my pick. I did it off camera by accident. And then what you want to do is you want to take your finger and you want to wipe right here. Make sure ain't no metal shavings. Ain't no metal shavings, so that's good. All right. So I'm just wiping this off. Then I'm gonna install my new crush washer. And then I'm gonna get my torque wrench. I'm gonna tighten these all by hand. I'm gonna get my torque wrench now, and I'm gonna torque these down to specs. All right. Now, usually, all right. So this one I already have on here. You can't really see it. It's say 35 Newton meters. All righty. And then, of course, the drain plug, which I already know. I already know these, but you want to make sure that you torque these down to specs. You always want to make sure you torque these down to specs, y'all. Hold on, let me get my... And so technically, I know a lot of people tighten these down to, you hand tighten these down. But me personally, I go with the specs, y'all. So 35 is 26 foot-pounds if you want to round it off. I mean, I'm sorry, 26 foot-pounds. And, well, 25 foot-pounds. And the drain plug is 30. So I'm going to get my, well, 29 rather. So I'm getting my trusted thing right here. And so I don't know if you can see it, but these are foot-pounds. I'm gonna loosen this little nut right here, and I'm gonna twist this to 20, which is already there. So 20, then I'm gonna go all the way to 29, which is right here. Wait a minute, go back so wait a minute, go back 20. So 2, 3, 4, and then right here, it's right there. 25, 26, 27, 28, right there. All right, I'd like to do it a little bit down than what it normally is. So I got my torque wrench ready, and let's reinstall everything. Let me just reset up the camera. And of course, we got to wipe things down too. Oh, let me reverse the camera. Reverse. All right. So let me get this brake part cleaner and all that other stuff. And trust me, this would have went a hell of a lot faster. But I'm trying to get everything, you know, on camera, move this around, move that around so y'all can see. So, wipe this down. Alrighty. Put my drain plug back in. Tighten this by hand first. You don't want to cross thread things. I got it on. Got it already set. Well, you know what? Let me use this first. I'd rather tighten it by hand with this. My regular ratchet. Alright, so that's almost right there. So let me take this out because I don't want to over torque it. Make sure it's in the right direction. When you click one time, you don't have to, you good. Some people do a double click, but usually when you do a double click, you just tighten it up a little bit more. So that's why I just go down just a little bit. And of course, I'm gonna wipe it. I just wipe this area down, but I'm gonna clean it again. Same way with this one. Let me turn this around so you can see the filter. Once again, you don't ever want to cross thread no plastic. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, it's right there. Let me do it this way better. So let me wipe this bad boy down. All right. Get my thing in there. And you just want to, me personally, I play around with this. I turn it to the left first, then I turn it to the right to make sure that I know for sure it's seated. And as you can see, it's basically, I can hand tighten this. So once again, you want to go to 35 Newton meters. Let me get my thing, readjust this. Hold on, let me get my whatchamacallit. So that's how you would tighten it in. But let me take this back out because I didn't, so I won't put the filter in. So just wanted to see if it would go in there. But let me just do this. Yep, it went in there. Good, but no problem. That was just dumb of me. I should have just, I don't know why I'm testing it like that. I should have just gone and put the filter in. But I just wanted to see if I could do it by hand, because a lot of people were saying that the filters were too long, but this one was the same filter. So you want to make sure. So let me show you how to put the filter in. It's real simple. There's no orientation on here really, but I put the numbers in there. So let me just show you. So basically you just boom like this, and you're gonna hear a snap. If you don't hear a snap, try it again. Yep, you hear a snap. I had to go off camera just to get more leverage because I'm on my side. So boom, you just put this in, and again you go to the left. I'm going to the left. Now I'm going to the right, because actually hold on 1 second. I'm trying to adjust my body so I could get a better leverage. This is annoying. Let me scoot because I got the camera right there. There we go, better. And then once again, we're going to tighten this down to 29 foot-pounds. 29 foot-pounds. Or keep saying 29 when it's 25 actually. Let me make sure this is 25. Now always go down a little bit more. I gotta do my adjustments. Gotta put my new thing on. Alrighty. My orientation is okay. So now we're going to tighten this bad boy down. And you don't want to ever over tighten this, because if you crack the housing, you got a serious problem. There you go, right there. All right, you can hear it tighten. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is just make sure that, what do you call it? This drip pan is under there, because I'm gonna spray this with some brake cleaner. Get all in there. None of this stuff, you know, burning. This is a bad, horrible smell. And then I'm gonna come on, move this over here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna spray the hell out of this. That's just me. Spray all that down. Yeah, that's overkill, but hey, that's me. Sorry. Give me some shop towels. Clean this bad boy up. Oops. Drop the shop towels in the rag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray. You can't probably see it, but I'm going to spray the drain plug a little bit more. Well, where the drain plug was. Just want to wipe everything down. Make sure, I want to make sure, because that's horrible smell, oil burning. Then I'm just going to spray this thing. I don't know if oil got on that, but weird. I don't know. And what I'm going to do now is now we got to fill the oil. Okay. I know some people probably put oil inside of here, the housing. I don't. So let me continue. All right. I don't know if you could see it right there. Move back a little bit. So I'm gonna be working on this side. So got it right here. Let me just go on and put my 5 gallons in. Well, my 5 quarts rather. And as you notice, I didn't put my splash shield back on. So, yep. And then also too, you want to save these containers, because that's what you can pour your old oil in and drop it off at the store. All right. All right, so that's that one. Then I'm gonna take the other one. I'm gonna measure out 1 quart. So I measured out 1 quart. I'm gonna pour this in here, and then I'm gonna measure out a little bit less than a quart, probably like 28 ounces, but I'm gonna probably do like 25 ounces. I'm gonna start the car, and then I'm just gonna top it off. All right, I did 24 ounces instead of 25. So I'm just gonna do this. All right. Got my trusted shop towel to catch it like that. And it's always good to check your oil cap as well too. And of course, you want to tighten it up. Should have did that with my right hand, but 2 clicks is good enough. I'm gonna push my dipstick back down, put the cap back on. Why that's so hard to do. There we go. Alrighty, so I'm gonna start the car. I'm gonna let this down. Pull all this out, clean up, and check the oil dipstick for level, and then that's pretty much it, y'all. Check for leaks, and that's it. All right, I'm gonna show you all how to reset the oil after you do like a service or whatever, oil change. All right, first thing first, what I like to do, I like to take a picture of my mileage. That's the mileage right there. So basically, there's 2 ways you could do it. You could do it on your steering wheel, or you could do it on the dashboard. Let me show you how to do it on the dashboard. Let me back out a little bit. So you wanna hit setup, which is right here on. Hit setup, then you're gonna hit vehicle, and then see with mine is a little bit different. Mine one vehicle, that's the other model. So let me go back, let me figure this out for a second. So general system. All right, so I gotta update it. That's why it's not on there. So here's another way you could do it. You click on this, and then you're gonna see it go all the way to settings. You're clicking on this button right here. Well, that button right there to get on settings. Then you're going to go down to, scroll all the way down to service interval. All right, so then you're going to click the reset, and I'm pushing on this button right here as I'm going back. All right, so let me do this all over again because I made a mistake. You want to push on this one. Hold on, then you want to keep clicking it till it get to the wheel, the service, and then you want to use this button right here. It goes up and down until you reach service interval. As you can see, it's going through there. When you hit service interval, you want to press the button right here. You want to press it. So now when I press it, it's going to go into, you can enable it, which mine is already enabled because you got a check mark. You could adjust it. Let me show you how to adjust it. I got mine set at every 5,000 miles. So, oops, cat dog. All right, so 5,000. Click that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, save. I'm gonna click no because I don't want to mess nothing up. All right. Oop, did it again. All right, so I'm gonna click reset. Now, once again, before I reset it, I took a picture of my mileage right there. All right, so I'm gonna click reset and reset time and distance. I'm gonna click yes. It shows the intervals at every 5,000 miles. So I'm going to click yes, and then therefore it's at reset. See, it's reset at boom, right there. All right, and that's pretty much it on how you do it. And I just got to update this just so it could be on my dashboard. Weird, but hey, it is what it is. But that's how you reset it. There's two ways you can go up here and go it through that way. Alrighty.